it's me, Renee. I'm back. So this is my Deweys wrap up. So yeah, this weekend was Deweys 24-hour readathon. In case you didn't know the whole name of it, title. And yeah, you might have seen my TBR. I'll link it in the bottom. And yeah, so this is a very fun readathon. It's Deweys, so it's like very focused, so it's just 24 hours. Though, yeah, I never done it like completely strict because me being awake for 24 hours, I don't think that's possible. I don't think, well, I suppose it might be possible, like sometimes I barely get to sleep, but like if I have a choice, I want to sleep. So yeah, but being what it is, Jewish being mainly hosted from the US, like this time, like in Jewish in the fall, it starts for me in the afternoon, and then you have reverse Jewish, which starts for me in the evening. So neither of those times like is like that bad. Like if you do Jewish in the States, you either do it in the afternoon, I think in the afternoon, yeah, or like early in the morning. Well, for me, yeah, it's evening or afternoon, which yeah, basically no matter how you look at it, I can read lots one day, go to sleep for like 7, 6 hours. I mean, I don't really need to like sleep all night, but like for some hours, wake up and read some more. So yeah, that's basically what I do in Jewish. I just kind of read lots one day and then sleep and then read lots the other day. So yeah, and also this Jewish, like often on Jewish, unluckily, I often end up, yeah, Jews often end up clashing with a weekend I'm working, or maybe a weekend where I'm doing something else. This weekend, I wasn't working. Well, yeah, technically, yes, I worked on Friday, but I didn't work on yesterday, Saturday, and Jews start on Saturday. So yeah, I started, and yeah. So what did I read for Jews? Well, I had a big TBR, as you might have noticed or not. What I ended up reading was, oops, these 4 books. So a fun little mix, really. So I started it all with Rainbow by Jordan Ifueko. I started it, I think maybe 2 or 3 hours before officially the jury started. So yeah, I started this on Saturday, just like a few hours before officially jury started. So, but like this was the first book I read during jury, so it still counts, even though I started slightly before. And yeah, Rainbow. Now, you'll probably expect me to say like how amazing this book is, and I'm not gonna say it's awful. I suppose you might not have heard of it, maybe, but like it's been all over YouTube, BookTube, and it's been talked about a lot. And people that have either had it on their radar or they have read it and loved it. And yeah, so I first heard about this one in back in April when Jordan Fuku was at one of the panels for Social Distance Bookathon, Social Distance Fest, that's the name. And I really liked her describing the book, and yeah, really liked her on the panel. I got a lot of books on my table after that weekend because so many interesting offers and books. And yeah, so this has been on my TBR for like since April, maybe before. No, I think yeah, probably in April. I think that was when I first heard about it. Yeah, it was. I ordered it in like I think maybe like September. Yeah, I think it was September I ordered it, and then I got it a few weeks after that. And I wanted to read it like ASAP, and then kind of didn't because I don't really have a reason. I just kind of read other books first. And yeah, so I was very excited to get to it now. Like, because yeah, I kind of wanted to get to it like before the end of the world, well, before like the end of the year and stuff. And I felt like, why not do it this weekend? And yeah, so this is me rambling because I'm scared. Why are you scared, Renee? Well, I didn't love it. It's I said again. I will say again. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. And you might ask yourself, or probably ask yourself, Why, Renee? What do you have against this book? I can't really say I have anything against it directly, really. Like, I would say maybe a good way of saying it is like it's a rich story. And then I think like, isn't it good with rich stories? Yes, a rich world, a rich, great big world building. That's good. It's never bad, never bad. Though in this case, I kind of okay. So this book is it's at 460 pages. So it's kind of like I suppose kind of usual. I suppose it's kind of like a normal usual amount of pages for like a high fantasy book. Often they are around that. I suppose maybe some are bigger, but like you often find them around that size. But yeah, though I have to say again, it's high fantasy, and the world in this one is so rich. But not only that, it's just also like the world, but also like the family and like everything is in it is so rich. So I kind of felt like I kind of I think I would have to describe it as like I felt like you were given a world and a setting and were like, oh, interesting, and then moving on to talk about another world, another setting, and something happened, and something else. Like you never really got any time to breathe in like any of the settings or any of the like plot lines in a way. Like boom, something happened. Like oh my god, and then next chapter, boom, something else happened, and in a different place, and other people are just okay, interesting. But like I suppose at least for me, I suppose it depends. But like for me, to really get emotional over books, you kind of need to like feel it and kind of live it in a way. And I felt like this kind of felt like yeah, I kind of felt like I was just kind of in a helicopter and just like flying through it. Like I mean, there's no like I wasn't whistling, I wasn't living it. It was just like quickly going through it. I'm not saying that it's, but I mean, as I said, I love the world building. I love the story. I love how it is. But I just felt like kind of just went too fast. I suppose maybe it's one of those books really that you kind of need to read twice or three times before you really, really understand it or really like it and really, yeah, understand it and get to know it and like, yeah, really appreciate it. And yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about this book. Actually, some minutes like yesterday when I was finishing, I felt like, should I give it to charity? Like, am I that? Am I that like blasé about it? Then I thought, no, but I still want to read a second book because I'm still interested in this world and these characters. And I'm probably gonna read it again because kind of reread it and kind of like often a reread helps a lot if the world is confusing and stuff. Like depends on when you read stuff and stuff. So yeah, I didn't love it. Then again, I didn't hate it. And I did give it four stars on Goodreads. So yeah, I mean that just telling you something. Like I did really enjoy this world. I suppose I was just kind of maybe I just had too high expectations. I think that's kind of it. I think that's probably part of it, really. But yeah, Raver by Jordan Fueko. That's my thoughts for the time being. I do want to read it again, and hopefully I haven't been stabbed by anyone of the Fueko stands after you see this. But yeah, again, I didn't hate it. I'm not criticizing it. I didn't completely love it as much as I thought I would. And why exactly? Yeah, it's too rich, which I know it's kind of not a really good reason, but like, I love the characters, I love the setting, I love the villain, I love all of it. I just kind of wanted to love it more. I wanted to be more connected to it. I didn't really feel that connected. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. And yeah. So up next, I end up picking up the Deweys Bureau or Constable and Troop by Garrett P. Jones. this is, as you might have noticed, it's Norwegian. Well, it's Norwegian translation. It's ARC that I got from a job. I work in a bookstore, if you didn't know. And yeah, this is Gary Jones. He writes middle grade, spooky-ish stories. This one is set in the 1800s, and it's in a world where you have ghosts. And in addition to having ghosts, you have a ghost that has like bureaucracies and stuff. So it's kind of like a whole world around ghosts, and it's really fascinating and very good. It's very funny, very entertaining, and great characters. Also, like honestly, sometimes it's I'm saying maybe a bit too bloody and gory. Like it's supposed to be aimed at, I think, at like 10, 12, 11-year olds. But like I'm thinking like I suppose you can give this to a 12-year-old, but and maybe it just looked that scary. But honestly, me as a 28-year-old was a bit scared reading this. So honestly, yeah, I would say like give this to 12-year-olds if they're brave. If they like watch Game of Thrones or like watch Saw and stuff, like maybe not so, but like yeah, it gets seriously scary now and then. But yeah, it is a good book, so I can definitely highly recommend it if anyone's asking for a book for someone who wants something scary in that age bracket. I suppose maybe like if you're also 13, 14, I suppose also you can enjoy it. I don't really think it's like, I wouldn't really say it's like childish in a way, really directly. Like the characters, some of them are adults and some of them are like 13, 14. So I suppose if you were 13, you could probably enjoy this as well, because often you want to read something that has people your own age. So yeah, this one I highly enjoyed. It had really great dialogue, characters, settings. Yeah, as I said, very good. Scary at times, seriously scary. Very good. I suppose kind of good fit because October, Halloween. But yeah, so I finished this last night. Yeah, last night. So like around, I think yeah, around like 10 in the evening. Then I ended up reading, well, sorry. I ended up starting Conventional Yours last night before going to bed because, as I said, I needed my sleep. But I read like, I ended up reading like this much before going to sleep, 120 pages. So I got a bit into it really. I had semi plans to maybe like read all of it in one go. And I did like stay up. Well, I was about to say I stay late. I didn't. I felt quite tired, but then when I was like, okay, I just have to go to sleep. Check my clock just to see, and so like, oh, it's not even midnight. But I had to give in. I was just so tired. I suppose it's been a long week, so I've been reading a lot today, so yesterday, so I had to give in. And yeah, and then went to sleep for like 7 hours. Woke up and read the rest of it. You see, no bookmark, and yeah, this book highly enjoyed. So good. As you see, it's set around the con society. It's not. It's okay. So it's set around con society and geek world in a way that's it's based around fictitious, but it's based around uh, card game. And yeah, myself, I'm not very much into board games. I'm into it, but I'm not like highly into it. But I like that side of the world and culture and stuff. And but yeah, still really enjoy reading this. And yeah, it's a gay love story, and one of the characters, him Alden, is neurodiverse. So that's really cool. And then the other one, he's more like a more like a I suppose a rebel in some way. But yeah, still has his good sides. Well, he does. And it's told from both their point of views. It's a road trip book. Most of the book is them on a road trip on the way to the con. And which from what I also really enjoy about this is, give me a moment. Give me a moment. It has a map. In a contemporary contemporary book. You don't ever really see that. At least, can't really think of any examples. At least not the top of my head. I really enjoy that, as you see. And then you have this like the side of it, which is like the best enemies to lovers, epic fandom, road trip, gay romance. You will read all year. So it's just a very fun introduction page in a way, like blog-ish, I would say. And then also like all through, so it's not just in at the start, but it's like also all through the book. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Come on. For example, here you have a picture. Okay, so they're all the pictures they're drawn and they're not there's no colors. It's still so cool to like have pictures throughout. So fun. And then at the back, like it ends with this picture. Then you have a big road trip, not a map. And then you have like extras, which is like more pictures. So just so cool. I love it very much. So much. Very good book. As I said, highly recommend it. It's as I said, yeah, it's a gay romance. It's it's a bit steamy here and there, so I suppose maybe that's not what you want all the time, but for me, really, I very much enjoy it. And yeah, as I say, very good book. It was my first read by Annabeth Albert, but probably it's not going to be my last. Also, yeah, this is the first companion series. There's going to be others set around the same universe. It's a companion. So, yeah, that's cool. And yeah, so this is the third book I finished. About like, I suppose like 2 or 1 hours before the end of the readathon, Deweys, I started that marked girl. Keep on always like saying this marked girl. I know it's called that marked girl. I don't know. I'm silly. But yeah, The Marked Girl by Lindsay Kingela. So this is a YA urban fantasy. Urban fantasy? Yeah, okay. It's urban fantasy and also portal fantasy. So it starts like bang with like some friends shooting a movie in LA. They're doing like a school project, and then suddenly they see people under a bridge. Like, where did they come from? Apparently, they came from a portal. And yeah, and like it changes point of view. Every other chapter is from different people. Well, from two different people, and it's just done so well. I love like whole fish out of water aspects from. Okay, so there's like a group of people. I said 3 teens who come from this other world to our world to LA modern time. It's not said like if it's 2017 or like what year it is, but like it's pretty modern. They reference Avengers and stuff. And yeah, it's very funny. It's also unique. I would say it's pretty damn unique. I don't really think I've read any book like it at all, really. And it's also I suppose you might feel like, oh, it looks whimsical and fun and cool. You might think so, but at times it's seriously scary. So have a pillow ready and read during daytime because the villains in this one are seriously scary. And yeah, also, as I said, villains. It's not just one villain, it's like bad guy or group bad guys. No, it's actually in some way three. So yeah, and they more or less never get a break. And it's just like boom, and then a little break of like just kind of explaining and talking, and then boom, action and danger. So yeah, this book is just very good. Highly enjoyed it. Maybe better than other. Well, I like it. Well, like I like most of the books that talk about this video in different ways. But yeah, this one really, yeah, I very much enjoyed it. If you can't guess from my face. And yeah, it's the first one in duology. I think I have the second one on the audiobook. I'm gonna double check it. Probably will read it soon because I'm just so captivated by this world, and it's just so cool. And yeah, so that's the full book that I read. Well, As I said, I started this before the end of the Deweys, and I didn't get to finish it because I just started right before the end. I did finish the book now because I couldn't help myself, but yeah, technically I didn't finish it before Deweys. So I started it before like Deweys ended, and then I finished it after Deweys ended. But it still counts because I still read part of it. So yeah, I read a high fantasy, a historical fantasy, a contemporary gay romance, and a urban portal fantasy YA. So yeah, a bit of mix really. And these four books, I would say all in all, I'm quite happy really with how it went out, how it went, how it unfolded. That sounds so formal. Okay, with my reading, happy with my reading. Okay, I'm happy with my reading. So yeah, that's very nice. And yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that I have like a huge TBR. Like I didn't get to these. I probably will get to them like this next week because I'm obviously want to get to them. But yeah, I mean, I had a big TBR. I'm a mood reader. I need options. Am I sad I didn't get to any of these? No, because even though like I read a lot, like I need some breaks now and then for like dinner, for food. I took some break yesterday and I did some socializing with my family. So I'm happy with how it ended. Really, I'm happy. I made some snacks. Didn't get to all of it, but quite happy with the ones that I did get to. And yeah, yeah, quite happy. And yeah, this is me saying Renee out.